The air hung heavy with the scent of cedar and cigarette smoke, curling in lazy tendrils around the dim-lit bar. The low hum of conversation buzzed like a distant swarm, punctuated by the clink of glass on wood and the occasional laugh that cut through the haze. She sat at the far end, her silhouette framed by the flicker of a neon sign outside, its red glow painting her cheekbones in sharp relief. Her eyes, sharp and unyielding, caught his for a fraction of a second before darting away as if she'd been caught stealing something. A half smile played on her lips, fleeting, deliberate, like a chess move, calculated 3 turns in advance. She leaned forward, her fingers tracing the rim of her glass, and said something so soft it was almost swallowed by the din. But he heard it, and in that moment, the world tilted just enough to make him question everything he thought he knew about her intentions. What was it about those words? They weren't bold or overt, not a confession or a plea. They were something else, something that felt like a key turning in a lock he didn't even know existed. He leaned closer, the leather of his jacket creaking, his pulse quickening not from desire, but from the sudden awareness that he was in a game he hadn't fully understood until now. She didn't say, "I want you." She didn't need to. Instead, her words were a delicate thread, pulling him toward her while leaving just enough slack to make him chase. It was a move so subtle, so calculated, it could have been ripped from the pages of a Renaissance playbook, straight from the mind of Niccolo Machiavelli himself. The bar faded into the background, the noise dulling to a murmur. He was caught, not by her beauty or her charm, but by the precision of her approach. She'd said something that sounded innocent, almost accidental, but it wasn't. It was a signal, a carefully veiled invitation that promised everything while revealing nothing. And the genius of it? She'd made it seem like he was the one pursuing, like he was the one making the choice. But deep down, he knew. She was in control, orchestrating every heartbeat of this moment. What had she said? Something so innocuous it could have been mistaken for small talk. "You seem like someone who doesn't get caught up in the usual games." That was it. A compliment, a challenge, a trap, all in one breath. Why did it hit so hard? Why did those words linger like the aftertaste of whiskey, sharp and warm? Because they weren't just words. They were a strategy, a maneuver designed to make him feel seen, to make him feel powerful, while she held the reins. This wasn't about lust or desperation. It was about power. And power, as Machiavelli would tell you, is never given. It's taken, subtly, patiently, with a smile that hides the blade. She wasn't throwing herself at him. She was making him want to chase her, to prove himself, to unravel the mystery she just dangled in front of him. And the kicker, she'd done it without ever seeming easy, without ever breaking the illusion of her own untouchability. This is the dance of desire, the one most men never see coming. It's not about what's said outright. It's about what's implied, what's left unsaid, what's buried in the subtext of a glance or a phrase. Women, when they want you, don't always say it with their bodies or their eyes. Sometimes they say it with words that sound like something else entirely, words that make you lean in, question yourself, and wonder what's really at play. And if you don't know how to read those signals, you're already outmaneuvered. Machiavelli, the master of strategy, would have admired the elegance of it, the art of getting what you want, while making the other person think it was their idea all along. What's the secret to spotting this? How do you know when a woman's words are more than they seem, when they're an invitation disguised as indifference? That's what we're diving into today. This isn't about pickup lines or cheap tricks. It's about understanding the deeper game, the one where emotions, power, and desire collide in a way that's as old as human nature itself. By the time we're done, you'll hear those subtle phrases for what they are. Not just words, but weapons, wielded with precision to draw you in while keeping her above reproach. Let's step into the mind of Machiavelli and decode the signals most men miss. Niccolo Machiavelli didn't write about love or attraction, but he understood power better than anyone. In The Prince, he laid out a blueprint for controlling outcomes, for bending situations to your will without ever seeming like the aggressor. His philosophy wasn't about brute force, It was about finesse, about understanding human nature so deeply that you could predict and shape behavior. And when it comes to the dance of attraction, women often wield this same kind of finesse whether they've read Machiavelli or not. It's instinct, honed by centuries of navigating a world where directness could cost them more than it gained. Think about it. Society has always judged women for being too forward, too open about their desires. A man can make a bold move and be called confident. A woman does the same, and she risks being labeled something else entirely. So, over time, women have mastered the art of subtle signaling, of saying just enough to spark interest while maintaining plausible deniability. It's not manipulation in the sinister sense. It's strategy, a way to navigate the chessboard of social dynamics without exposing their pieces too soon. And if you're not paying attention, you'll miss the moves entirely. Machiavelli would have seen this for what it is, a power play, not the kind that dominates through force, but the kind that controls through suggestion. When a woman says something like, "You're not like most guys," or "I don't usually open up to people like this," she's not just making conversation. She's planting a seed, one that makes you feel unique, chosen, like you've earned a glimpse behind the curtain. But here's the truth. She's not giving you the keys to the castle. She's inviting you to climb the walls. And the brilliance of it? You'll think it's your idea. This isn't about deceit. It's about understanding the stakes. For a woman, expressing desire openly can feel like handing over power. So instead, she uses phrases that feel safe, that sound like compliments or casual observations, but are loaded with intent. "I feel like I can be myself around you," she might say, her voice soft, her eyes meeting yours for just a moment too long. On the surface, it's sweet, disarming. But beneath it, it's a challenge. Prove you're worthy of this trust. It's a move straight out of Machiavelli's playbook. Make your opponent feel like they're winning, even as you guide their every step. The key to spotting these signals is to stop listening to the words themselves and start listening to the subtext. What's she not saying? Why did she choose that phrase, that moment? A woman who wants you won't always say it with grand gestures or overt flirtation. She'll say it in ways that make you question yourself, that make you lean in, that make you want to close the distance. And the more you understand this, the more you'll see it happening all around you. Let's get inside her head for a moment. Attraction, for a woman, isn't just a physical pull. It's a psychological maze. She's not just thinking about you, she's thinking about how you make her feel, how you fit into the larger picture of her world. And when she's interested, she's not going to lay it all bare. Why? Because vulnerability comes with risk. And human nature, male or female, hates risk. So she signals her interest in ways that protect her, ways that let her test the waters without diving in head first. Picture this. You're at a crowded party, the kind where the music's too loud and the drinks are too weak. She's across the room, laughing with friends, but her eyes keep finding yours. Later, when you're talking, she says something like, "I don't know why, but you make me nervous." It's not a confession of love, it's not even overtly romantic, but it's a crack in the armor, a deliberate signal that she's feeling something. Why would she admit to being nervous? Because it's a way of saying, "You're getting to me," without saying, "I want you." It's safe, it's subtle, and it puts the ball in your court. This is where psychology kicks in. Women, like men, are wired to seek connection, but they're also wired to protect themselves. Admitting attraction outright can feel like giving up control, so they use phrases that hint at it instead. "You're trouble," she might say with a smirk, or "I bet you say that to all the girls." These aren't just throwaway lines, they're tests. She's watching how you respond, gauging whether you'll rise to the challenge or fumble the opportunity. And the more you understand this, the more you can play the game on her level. Machiavelli would call this controlling the frame. She's setting the tone of the interaction, making you feel like you're the one pursuing, when in reality, she's already decided she wants you to. It's a power dynamic, and it's rooted in the psychology of attraction. When she says something that feels like a compliment but also a challenge, "You seem like you could handle someone like me," she's not just stroking your ego. She's inviting you to prove yourself, to show her you're worth her time. And the genius of it is that it feels like you're the one making the move. This isn't about manipulation or games in the negative sense. It's about survival in a world where social dynamics are a minefield. Women have learned to navigate this minefield with precision, using words as tools to draw you in while keeping their own defenses intact. And if you want to understand her, you have to learn to read those tools for what they are. So what are these phrases, these subtle signals that say, "I'm interested, but I'm not going to make it easy"? They're not universal, but they follow patterns. They're the kind of phrases that sound innocent on the surface but carry weight when you know what to listen for. Let's break it down with a few examples, not as a checklist, but as a way to train your ear to hear the subtext. She might say, "You're hard to read." On the surface, it's an observation, maybe even a complaint. But dig deeper. She's saying she's trying to figure you out, that you're occupying her thoughts. Why would she care enough to say that, unless she's already invested? It's a way of admitting she's intrigued without admitting she's hooked. Or take something like, "I don't usually talk to guys like this." It sounds like a confession, but it's also a challenge. You're different, so don't disappoint me. She's putting you on a pedestal while simultaneously testing whether you'll stay there. Another classic, "You're going to get me in trouble." It's playful, it's flirty, but it's also a signal. She's acknowledging the chemistry between you without taking responsibility for it. She's saying, "You're dangerous," but what she means is, "I'm feeling something, and I'm not sure how far I want to let this go." It's a way of testing your reaction. Will you lean into the danger or back off? And then there's the subtle compliment with a twist. "You're too smooth for your own good." It's not just praise, it's an acknowledgement of your charisma, paired with a nudge to keep proving it. These phrases work because they're indirect. They're not about laying her cards on the table. They're about making you show yours first. And that's the key to understanding them. They're not about what's said, but about what's implied. Machiavelli would have loved this. Every word is a move, every pause a strategy. The trick is to listen not just with your ears, but with your instincts. What's she really saying? What's the emotion behind the words? Is she leaning in, lowering her voice? Holding your gaze just a little too long? Those are the real signals, and the words are just the delivery system. Here's where things get deeper. Attraction isn't just about words or signals, it's about emotions, and emotions are the battlefield where true power is won or lost. Machiavelli understood this better than most. To control someone, you don't need to force their hand, you need to stir their heart. When a woman signals her interest subtly, she's not just flirting, she's engaging in emotional domination, guiding your feelings while keeping hers carefully guarded. Think about the last time someone made you feel something intense, desire, curiosity, even a flicker of doubt. That feeling didn't come from nowhere. It was triggered, shaped, directed. When she says something like, "I don't know why I'm telling you this," she's not just sharing a secret. She's making you feel like you've earned her trust, like you're special. That's emotional domination. She's pulling you into her orbit, making you want to get closer, all while maintaining the upper hand. This isn't about cruelty or manipulation. It's about survival. Women, more than men, are taught to navigate emotions carefully, to wield them like a blade. When she drops a subtle hint of interest, she's not just testing you, she's testing herself, gauging how much she's willing to let you in. And the more you understand this, the more you can respond in a way that keeps the dynamic balanced. You don't chase too hard. You don't back off too soon. You meet her subtlety with your own, showing her you're not just a player in her game, you're a contender. Machiavelli would tell you to mirror her strategy. Don't give too much away, but don't hold back entirely. When she says, "You're not what I expected," respond with a smile and a question. What did you expect? It's not just banter, it's a way of keeping the ball in play, showing her you're engaged without tipping your hand. This is emotional chess, and the goal isn't to win outright, it's to keep the game going until you're both invested. Zoom out for a second. This isn't just about one conversation or one woman, it's about the broader social game we're all playing. Attraction, at its core, is a negotiation, a dance of power and desire that's been choreographed by centuries of human interaction. Women have learned to navigate this dance with a level of skill most men never even notice, let alone master. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. Social tactics are about more than just words. They're about context, timing, and perception. When she chooses to say, "You make me feel safe," it's not just about the moment. It's about the larger narrative she's building. She's positioning you as someone she can trust, someone she might let in, but only if you prove yourself worthy. It's a tactic that works because it taps into something primal, the desire to protect, to be needed, to be chosen. Machiavelli would argue that the key to winning this game is to understand the stakes. She's not just signaling interest, she's signaling what she values, what she's looking for, what she's afraid of losing. When she says, "I don't usually do this," she's not just talking about the conversation. She's talking about the risk she's taking by opening up to you. And your job isn't to push or pull. It's to show her you understand the stakes and you're willing to play the game on her terms. This is where most men stumble. They hear the signal, but they misread it. They think it's an open door when it's really a locked gate with a key hidden nearby. The key is patience, observation, and restraint. You don't rush in with a grand declaration or a bold move. You respond with the same subtlety she's using, showing her you're not just another pawn on the board. You're a player, and you know the rules. By now, you're starting to see it. The invisible threads that connect a woman's words to her intentions, the subtle signals that say more than they seem. This isn't about decoding a secret language or outsmarting someone. It's about understanding human nature, about seeing the game for what it is and learning to play it with the same finesse she does. Machiavelli didn't write about love, but he wrote about power, and power is at the heart of every meaningful connection. When you start hearing these phrases for what they are, invitations, challenges, tests, you'll stop feeling like you're chasing shadows. You'll see the dance for what it is, not a battle, but a partnership, one where both sides are testing, teasing, and drawing each other closer. She's not trying to trick you, she's trying to see if you're worth her vulnerability, if you're someone who can meet her on her level. And when you do, when you respond with the same subtlety and strength, you'll find that the connection isn't just about desire, it's about respect, about two people navigating the same complex, beautiful game. This is the transformation. Not just learning to hear her signals, but learning to trust your own instincts, to move with confidence in a world where nothing is ever quite what it seems. You're not just a man hearing words, you're a strategist, reading the board, anticipating the next move, and enjoying every second of the play. And the best part? The more you understand this, the more you'll see it everywhere, in every glance, every pause, every carefully chosen word. If this hit home for you, if you're starting to see the game in a new light, don't just sit there. Do something with it. Hit that subscribe button because we're diving deeper into the strategies, the psychology, and the moves that make human connection what it is. Drop a like if you've ever caught one of these signals and realized what was really going on. And in the comments, tell me, what's the subtlest thing a woman's ever said to you that made you realize she was interested? Let's keep this conversation going. The game doesn't stop here, and neither should you.